This is TWiT.
Let's talk about Trey Plota, right?
Thank you.
Trey Plota's app, Plotagraph. First, it was on the web, right?
That's right. It was a tool for professional photographers that allows you to take any still image and animate it. And the idea is that this kind of gives you an edge as a pro for your clients. Like you might want to have a wedding dress flying in the breeze, or if you're a water bottle company or a wine company, you can have everything animated. But it's also fun just for landscape photography or any kind of photography.
$20 a month if you want to use the web version of Plotagraph. Actually, I found out about it through you, Scott. I think you were the first person I saw talking about this. You know Troy as well.
Yeah, it's a very interesting app, but what's different about it is the other apps that do this require you to shoot video. This allows you to animate just a simple JPEG.
So that's important. I think a lot of people see this and say, oh, it's a cinemagraph.
Nope, it's not.
Cinemagraph's exactly the opposite, which is you shoot a video and you freeze part of it.
Yeah.
This is a still that you somehow magically animate. What kind of pictures, Trey, is this best for?
It's best for anything with any sort of organic motion. Clouds, water, like a dress, hair, liquids, things like this. And the best point about this is that it loops around, but if you do it the right way, you can make it loop so you can't see the loop, which is magical.
Yeah. I'll tell you what it doesn't work for. Can you see my iPad? No, let me make sure I've got the AirPlay turned on, because I want you to see this. I'm going to mirror my screen to the living room. Okay, you should be able to see. It doesn't work for bugs on tricycles. Okay, so
dang,
I tried. I really did. But this is not the ideal image for it. So what I do find it works really well for, this is one of my images, and I've been working on this, is anything with sky or water in it, or maybe a flowing dress, something the wind would blow. And so help me animate this this scene. I'm gonna limit. Actually, why don't we do one of yours, because your pictures are so much more beautiful, and this comes with a number of pictures. Should I do this one or this one? Which one do you like? Or
let's do the church.
The church.
The church with the pink sky.
This must be New Zealand, or is that Iceland?
This is Lake Tekapo on the South Island.
So obviously I don't want the church to flow. That was my problem with the bug on a bicycle. It shouldn't really, I should not have let that flow. Where should I start? What should I do first?
Well, in these kind, I kind of like the clouds to come out away from the church. So kind of, you know, just spreading out from the church would look nice. So you can drag animation points and kind of go towards the corners.
So if you take down the bug, on the left there's a nice lady in a dress. She's the animation. And I just make little arrows like this. And the length of the arrow is what?
The length of the arrow, the longer it is, the faster that part will go.
Okay. So does it matter? Should I do short strokes, long strokes?
I like your medium-sized strokes. Those are fine. And everything's adjustable too later. So
yeah. And by the way, I just did one I don't like. So I'm going to erase. Can I erase that one? No, or no? I have to select it and delete it. Let's select it and then delete that one, because that would have been really weird to have an arrow going the other way. So we'll do some medium. So those are some strokes. All right. Should I just animate it now and see what happens?
You can. It won't look good until you put down anchor points, but you could just see what's going to happen before you put down
the world is changing. So I need to anchor some stuff down. I'm going to anchor this church, obviously, right?
Right. So drop little anchor points just around the outside of it and along the top of the mountains.
Does it have? It doesn't have to be perfect, or should I zoom in and do this just right, or does it matter?
It'll probably look all right. Yeah, the more time you take, of course, the better.
And you can zoom in, you can pinch and zoom, because it's an iPad.
Yeah.
This is the iPad app. Now, the nice thing about this is we mentioned $20 a month for the web app, which does more, but the iPad app is only $4.99. And I think that might be why it's the #1 photography app on the App Store now, right?
Yep.
Yeah, iPhone also. It's available for both.
Yeah, you should definitely have it on your iPhone, because you want to Instagram these and stuff. Okay, is it all done? Is it ready? Should I, anything else?
I think so.
Well, let's try
it. You might put a few dots around the moon there.
Dots around the moon. So let's put
a few anchor points around the moon.
Anchor points around the moon, because we don't want the moon to bleed into this here.
There, that's good.
All right.
the animation looks a little fast, so you can hit the speed button and slow it down.
See, that's kind of cool. That's something you actually can't do, I don't think, on the website. And then I might want to maybe, it looks like maybe put a few more little arrows in different spots to get some more varied stuff. Let's just try that. Oh, that's so pretty. That's so magical, isn't it? It just is magical.
That's nice. And then you can just share it to Instagram, or you can export it and then share it to whatever.
Now, I wanted to ask you about this. So I can export it in two different ways. I can make an animated ping, or I can make a video, or I can make it a GIF. All three of them will be animated?
That's right. So like try the middle one. If you click social media, it'll give you a suggested length for each one.
That's nice.
And it will, whenever you upload it to those services, it will automatically loop and play forever.
That's really nice. So I made a 3-second loop that I'll put up on Instagram. But what about the other formats? Does it matter, or is there a reason you have the three? Troy put the 3 different formats in there.
It just matters on how you mean to share it. If you want to send it in an email, you can do an animated GIF, or PNG if you want to do it in an iMessage to a friend.
Okay.
And one thing I've noticed is that these tend to get 20 to 30 times the social engagement, because people look at it and they're like, what's going on? And they're very
absolutely true for me. And then I'm going to look at my camera roll, because I saved all 3 of them out to my camera roll just to see what the differences are in here.
And one thing to point out here is that export process for those that were early adopters of Plotagraph is now quite a bit more streamlined.
So that's video, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This couldn't be easier, right?
No, it's become very user-friendly, no doubt, with a lot of input from Mr. Ratcliff.
Well, thank you, Mr. Ratcliff. And there's a GIF. This is the GIF version of it, which is not quite as smooth. So that's probably why you wanted to do video.
But if you have a low bandwidth situation.
So the best choice would be video, you know, unless you have a low bandwidth situation. But let me airplay this out here, and you should be able to see it. That really looks nice. Whoops, I stopped it. Well, that's the nice thing, is it loops on Instagram. So now, I didn't take enough care, obviously. I'm going to do a little bit more work on this. But I have to say, these are really, really great. This is a nice tool for $4.99 to have this as just one more tool. One thing, though, I noticed, and maybe you can help me with this, this sea turtle. It looks too weird that he's just not moving, but the ocean's moving around him. Not everything works with Plotagraph.
No, but you know what does work?
What?
Bird feathers.
Really?
Bird feathers.
So you use it for some of your bird shots?
Yeah.
It just light little ruffling?
Like I have an eagle shot that they used to have on their homepage. I don't know if they still do, with the eagle's feathers ruffling in the wind.
Oh, that's really cool. So who is this? Oh, look at this.
Now, see, that's better than my picture.
Oh, that's pretty. Look at that. That's just an illustration, right? I don't think that's a photograph.
Yeah, you don't have to do it with photographs. It'll work with any kind of graphic image.
Who is Troy Plota, anyway?
Well, he's a photographer. He used to shoot models. He's a great photographer, great guy, and he's always been doing innovative stuff. And he and his new partner, Sasha, they kind of came up with this idea. And Scott was nice enough to show it to me in Vegas during Photoshop World or something. And I was mesmerized, because I've always loved two aspects of it appeal to me. One, I've always loved those Harry Potter photos that are moving and feel alive.
Yes.
And the second thing is, you know, I'm very philosophical about photography and all this stuff. And I think your brain doesn't remember JPEGs, but it remembers moments in time. And this kind of has that effect. Like, this is kind of how we remember stuff, and it messes with your brain a little bit.
Right.
And to me, it's just very, like, romantic in the classical sense of the world.
Right.
Word.
I don't know if this was the intent, but you can also have some abstract fun on this. I took an image that I kind of made a little kaleidoscope out of and animated it. And now it
looks like a kaleidoscope.
What have you been smoking there? Isn't that so? But you can have fun with this, and that's the whole idea. It's a creative tool that doesn't really put you in any restraint. Have some fun with it. Play with it.
Yeah. And Trey's right. Troy was a very successful commercial photographer. Worked on some very big accounts, working with IndyCar drivers and world-famous models like Heidi Klum. And he has a lot of experience doing big stuff. But he actually, when I spoke to him, the reason I introduced him to Trey was that he had an idea that he wanted to try to save photography, and this was his approach.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Is he a programmer too, or did he must have hired somebody?
That part I can't really tell you, but
yeah.
I know that it's his vision.
Yeah,
and
it's really cool.
I know that the stuff Trey does with it is at the highest art form I've seen.
What do you do? Yeah, I mean, Trey, I mean, your images lend themselves to it because you often have skies or water. You have a lot of organic elements in your image that just lend themselves to that perfectly.
Yeah, I love it. Whenever I take a photo now, I'm thinking about getting back home and plotagraphing it as fast as I can. You know, full disclosure, I'm part owner in the company now.
Nice.
And we're really excited to bring it on iOS. And it got up to number 6 in the overall store. Actually, you know, when iOS 11 comes out, they're going to remove games from the top rankings.
Oh.
And so we just can't get past that goddamn Minecraft.